What's going on, LEGO Maniacs? It's Ty, the LEGO guy here, and welcome to another LEGO Star Wars review. Today we're taking a look at Major Vonregs TIE Fighter. That's set 75240. It had 476 pieces, 4 minifigures, retailed for $70 USD, and it came out in 2019. This set is often overlooked just because the Resistance TV show is probably the worst Star Wars TV show that's ever come out. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. Interested to hear your guys' take. It was okay, it just wasn't my personal favorite. But this TIE Interceptor was pretty decent, but it was kind of overpriced at the time. But we're gonna take a look at its positives and negatives and see where it stands. But enough talk, let's get right into it. And we'll start by giving you guys a 360 view of Major Vonregs TIE Fighter. I'm not sure why they just didn't name it TIE Interceptor, because that's what it is, but anyways, that's what they chose to do. Just a bit odd. There are no stickers in this set, which is awesome. This is a printed piece. It's right there. And then give you guys a view of the rear. It has probably one of the best spring-loaded shooter features out of any LEGO Star Wars set. But look at this, looks great too. There could have been a little bit more engine detail because you can't even see any engines, but not the end of the world. Very small complaint. Again, here's the other side of the TIE Interceptor, which is identical to the side we just took a look at. And the first area that we'll center in on is just going to be the cockpit. So the first thing I wanted to mention is you do get a printed piece on the top right there. And if you want to access the interior, you can by lifting the window and the top of the door. One thing I love about these more modern TIE Interceptors, or TIE Fighters I should say, is they have better looking controls. There could be a control panel right there. There isn't, unfortunately, like a nice printed piece or something, but still, it looks quite good. There's an area to store his blaster, and you can very easily remove him, just like so, because as you can see, there's plates and not bricks, which I think is a lot smarter. The other thing I wanted to mention is check out the greebling on this. A lot of detail. And then we'll show you guys how that spring-loaded shooter mechanism works. So if you want to shoot it off, just toggle this piece right here and works great. Again, one of the best features that I've ever seen as far as the spring-loaded shooter is concerned. Overall, very decent TIE Interceptor. Don't really have any complaints about it. I do, again, and I will be saying this a couple times, wish it was black and gray and it was from the original trilogy, but still. The design is flawless. This would be the perfect TIE Interceptor. They just need to make it black and gray. Let's now take a look at the minifigures. And here we have the first two minifigures, which is Leia Organa and Major Vonreg. Like the fact that this set included Leia just because this is the only set that I have with an older Leia. And here's a view of their back torso printing. Leia's back face printing. Kind of has a smirk or a smile, whatever you want to call it. And then Major Vonreg, he doesn't have any face printing, which is partly to do with the fact that they never show Major Vonreg without his helmet on in the Resistance TV show, so it makes sense why he would have no face printing. Overall, these are definitely the two of my favorite minifigures out of this set. Let's now take a look at the final two. Here we have Kaz and Bucket. I keep wanting to call him Chopper, but that is from Rebels, not from Resistance. And you may not like Kaz. He wasn't really my favorite character. He was kind of an idiot, but look at this minifigure. He has dual molded hair and he has very nice leg printing that moves into his torso printing. Cannot fault the look of this minifigure at all. Chopper also, or Bucket, also looks quite good. He has a Resistance helmet on him, which is kind of odd. Not sure why they did that, but they did. And I like the fact that he does have a third leg. I wish they'd kind of incorporate that with R2-D2. However, his body is a little bit smaller, which allows them to do that. Moving to the back of them, Kaz does have back torso printing along with back face printing, and just an overall it's a decent looking LEGO Star Wars minifigure, even if you don't like Resistance all that much. Let's now get into the end of the review and get my final thoughts. Well guys, that was my review. Do hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, like we've been saying in this review, this is a pretty decent set. I do wish it was made in black and gray and taken from the original trilogy. This is the next best thing. It's still a good set. The design is great. I just wish it wasn't in black and red, but still regardless, good set. The minifigures are also decent. You get Leia and Major Vonreg. I don't really care for Kaz and Chopper just because I'm not a big Resistance guy, but if you like the Resistance TV show, you'll definitely want these minifigures just because they are the main characters or two of the main characters from it. And you can buy this for a pretty decent deal. It isn't going for all too much on the aftermarket just because it wasn't a very popular TV show. Why LEGO hasn't made a updated TIE Interceptor that's from the original trilogy yet is beyond me. But regardless, pretty decent set, and I think it's worth the purchase. It's the one Resistance set that I think is pretty decent. But let me know what your personal thoughts are on this one, if you like it, if you don't, and any areas I think they could maybe improve on it. Always interested to hear your guys' take, but that pretty well does the review. But if you liked it, leave it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing and click that bell so you're notified for any future LEGO Star Wars reviews, comparisons. We do one of them every single Tuesday, but that's all I got for you again. But thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.